Hey, greetings everyone. It is Glee Khan here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On our last episode, we looked at some chronicles. We found out that King Varian Rin, right before Classic started, he was abducted, and it's little Anduin Rin as the Lord of Stormwind, with Bolvar Fordragon as his regent, kind of his lead, the person who's leading because he's too young. Stay a while and listen as we do our side campaign here, or our side journey through the world of Warcraft role-playing game and other side errata. We just finished part 4 of that last time, and it was all about magic, and now we're going to look at part 5. It's called Campaigns. We'll probably just finish the book right now, and I'll be keeping my eye out for anything that's World of Warcraft related, but this might just be heavy D&D. So, discussing hero points. Nowadays, they don't have that. They have something called inspiration, the campaign types. So this is a rehash of things we've talked about before. Here's a picture of Tyrande and Malfurion. That's cool. Magic and technology, and then it says, hey, there are these other books, and actually, it's referring you to the old books. All of these will be replaced and updated just as the way that this book was. So we'll be going through all of those updated books as well. And here they add in, hey, there's some NPC classes. NPCs can be aristocrats, commoners, experts. This is not really a thing anymore. Now they just have NPC stat blocks for these things. Soldiers, so on and so forth. And then we have another chapter, choosing sides, to choose between the alliance, and they give you some alliance campaign hooks, general adventure hooks. Let's see if they have any interesting campaign hooks that they actually use in the game. An underground organization has developed an intricate plan to assassinate Jane and Proudmoore, and the would-be assassins are to implicate the Horde. That's maybe Cycle of Hatred. We have yet to see. A high-ranking mage meets with a pit lord. He offers the alliance to the demon in exchange for blood. I don't know about that. Dwarves are disappearing from Baal Madon's excavation. One survivor reports that strange shapes move in the ruins' shadows. That could be anything. A mage hires the heroes to spy on several government figures, but he plans to frame the heroes for assassination attempts. The Night Elves' moonwells are drying up, and they blame High Elf meddling. At first a diplomatic incident, it quickly turns violent as the High Elves fight back. Yeah, I don't think that really happens. Jane and Proudmoore wants to send messages back east to find out who retains power for the Alliance. Others offer gold to bring back treasured items. Okay, send you to the Eastern Kingdoms. Extremists demand the Horde's destruction and raise an unofficial army. The heroes commit on either side of this conflict. It's kind of like Cycles of Hatred. Gnomes invent a new weapon they want to use against the Forsaken in an attempt to retake the city of Lordaeron. That would be neat. Night Elves hire the heroes to aid in healing their forest, which includes finding and eliminating all signs of the Scourge or the Burning Legion within them. Like if you wanted to try to fix the Fellwood, I guess. There are unexplained attacks on arcane magic schools in Stormwind, and the heroes have to root out the terrorists. Fingers point first at the Night Elves, but there are clues that the schools actually held much animosity for each other. So, yeah. All right. This is blue, and it's talking about the Alliance campaign versus the Horde campaign, and it says the Forsaken standalone. Yeah, they're really playing into the fact that the Forsaken don't fit in. I don't like that. I don't know what that is. Maybe a troll. No, that looks like a troll. That looks like an orc. Maybe that's a Forsaken, because they can be dead elves too, and that's a Tauren. It's a neat picture. There's some campaign hooks. I'm not even going to read them because the last ones weren't that good. The Independent campaigning, the Enemy, there's the Burning Legion, Demon Cults. This is all rehashed. Morticians do not go hungry. Because it says undead populations always need replenishing with fresh troops. And some morticians have seized this opportunity by hiring guards themselves and charging for guaranteed safe resting places. All right. Mortician is a profession that a hero can certainly excel in, and it would bring interesting flavor to a campaign when dealing with the undead. Other threats in the form of the Scarlet Crusade, the Forsaken, Illidan and his followers, various monster races. And that brings us to chapter 20, community rules. This is house rules, basically. Every table should have them. It's one of the things that I always do whenever I'm starting a campaign with a new group. They're just kind of, we don't lay them out, but we do come and as things come up, we agree with each issue. At that moment, we stop and pause, and we know we might be choosing favorably in that particular moment, something that would help us then, but then we're stuck to that rule forever. So usually it works pretty well, and people are pretty fair with it. These are just some alternate ability scores. Okay. Oh, this is never mind. This is if you wanted to run a community. I'm completely wrong. So the community has stats. That's neat. And this is what they have as opposed to the stats of a character. Okay. You pick a type. This is weird. So if you wanted to treat a town, village, city as a entity, stats, I can't see why you would do that, but I guess that's bringing back that tiny flavor that came from the Warcraft 3 RTS D&D hybrid thing. And then they give you some types: of arcane community, a religious community, and how those would differ. There's community feats, community skills. It's kind of interesting. It's weird. It's like this tiny little hidden nugget at the end of the book. Yeah, it's like things like Leyline Nexus. Your community could be on one of those. It's weird. Okay. Reputation, defense, wealth, philosophy, leadership, determine the neighbors of the community behavior map, community factors, so things that could affect them, dissent, disaster. Weird. So this is like a tree on, this is really, they've spent a lot of thought into how to make a community into basically a playable character. This has definitely got that, it's not even an RTS element, it's more like a Civilization style game. Then they give you a sample community, Shady Rest. This town, a day's travel south of Ashenvale along the Gold Road, is named after the inn at its heart, one of the best known on Kalimdor. Shady Rest is renowned not just for its soft beds and warm meals, but also for the famous Shady Rest Ale and nightly sing-alongs in the common room. In the years since the inn's construction, a small village has grown around it, including a standing garrison of mercenary troops for hire that help protect the town from centaur and quillboar raids when not otherwise employed. In recent months, the civilian and military communities of the village have labored together to build a jetty and pier that allow merchant traffic traveling along the coast to stop and enjoy a night's hospitality at the Shady Rest. They have blacksmithing, animal handling, most things do, healing, singing performers, brewers, innkeepers, military commanders, sailor. They have basic fortifications, renown, and a safe harbor. They get no bonus to reputation. I don't know if a 29 wealth is good or bad. They have these two dual class, I guess. Average force, weak mobility, average resilience, weak learning, above average awareness, and very good, whatever that combat is, maybe COM, I don't remember, I'm not going to look back up. Population of 80, okay. That's neat. All right, and that was it. The town of Shady Rest as a stat. We've got the, what do you call it, the index here at the back if you want to look things up. Oh, look, and this is coming out at the same time as the Sunwell trilogy because we have an ad in that. What a coincidence, because we just read it. So this book came out right before, or at the same time as World of Warcraft. Look at this. This is an old, or a World of Warcraft, the role-playing game stat sheet. It's interesting how many different ways they've done these over the years. I like some of this, and some of it I like better than how they do it now. Cool. We have finished it. We've done with that source material, and there are 6 or 7 more to go before we move on into a different flavor of side errata. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching Lore of Warcraft. It's my pleasure, as always, to bring another episode to a conclusion. Got it in the pipe. 5 by 5.